Hello, I'm going to be doing a review of these two, each in different videos. So, there we go. So we're going to be doing a review of these two. This one I did not get in the original Kickstarter. This one I did and put this one on it. So we're going to look at this one first. I'll do another video with this beauty. So we'll start with this. It comes in a bag. Doesn't come in its own box. I don't know if I ordered it that way or that's just the way it's always come. Beautiful gilding. Have not looked at this. This is the little book that comes with it. And I'm sure everybody has done these to nauseam, but I really want to do an interview with it to make sure that this is exactly what I want. I know it is. Let's not be crazy. Beautiful. So let's open this. And so when this first came out, everyone went gaga over it. I really regretted not backing it. But then when My Friend Fire came out, and this was an add-on, of course I'm going to do it. I am not missing out twice. So we all know it's beautifully this antique gold on the sides. We have beautiful snap, weight, feel of this beautiful paper. Well, cards. Did I just do that? 1 second. Don't really know why that went out. Weirdness done. So here's the bag that it comes in. I don't know if the original came in a bag or it came in a tuck box. Either one. Beautiful. So let's see, how does it go? Here's the Ace of Wands and the color coded. Like, how beautiful. Beautiful. We have the Ace of Thunder. And thunder is, I'll look that up. I think I'd know from watching all the other ones, but I don't. Here's the Ace of Stones. And here is the Fool. This is an odd order, isn't it? And then the Ace of Cups. So cups is cups, wands is wands. Stones is, I'm guessing, pentacles. It's green, it's earthy. So that would leave thunder as the sword. So really easy to check. What's number 3? The heart. So yeah, there's the 3 of swords. Now they don't have the high, I'll look at the camera, so sorry. Heart, usually, that if you ever want to know if you're in the right suit, go to the 3 of swords, which is a 3 of thunder, and it will be a heart have in some way. This has got like the lightning, and here's the heart, and the heart's got eyes and a mouth, basically saying face, your soul, your heart center. Interesting. So there we go. And if, you know, everyone's done this, I'm sure, but I have not. So indulge me or skip ahead until we get, so I'm going to be the real reason I wanted this, I want to go through it. Of course, I wanted to have it in my collection. I'm a super backer, so how could I not have this in my collection? But I really wanted to do an interview. I want to know what kind of deck this is going to be for me. And I really wanted to see if how this is going to. Everybody's had so much time and everyone's fallen in love. That's interesting. Beautiful. Like her colors, her choices, I'm going to have to deep dive into all this strength. Isn't that beautiful? Come on now. Hermit. Oh, little fox. I have to look at all the choices. I'll probably have to take that one out in post because times have changed and you cannot have anything, again, that looks like human form in any kind of unclothed way, even though these are, oh my God. Oh wow, I am going to have to definitely go through these. And I guess I should have thought before I did this, do I need to go through it before? Isn't that a shame that we've come so far and then went so far back? Just a little commentary there. Kind of a shame. It is, you know, cartoons and drawing and art, and it doesn't seem to matter. We're all prudes now, I guess. Okay, I am in a mood. Can you tell? Sorry about that. Let me shuffle these, and we're going to do a deck interview. We're going to get right into the meat of this, see what kind of deck this is going to be for me, and I'll be right back. I am in a mood. These cards are thicker than I need to do exercises, or these are very stiff. I'm a little surprised at that. They feel beautiful. Now, don't get me wrong. They feel beautiful, but I've been trying to shuffle. Maybe they need to be worked in. I don't know, but these are so... I can't. So I got a side shuffle. Let's try it. Now, I've already... Of course, those two... Side shuffle? Yeah. Okay, so that's how I'm going to have to do it. I am surprised that this is not... Oh, wow. This is not easier. And I don't... all right, let me just grunt and moan on my own here. So, also, I should mention that this was... when you got this with your order... with my friend Fire, there was different decks you could get, like different I don't know if it's sizes or what was with it, and I know this is like the original version, and I think there was another one that she offered for people. I wanted them to be the same size. I think that is why I got this one. But I will say, did anyone else have a hard time shuffling these? Like, tell me in the comments, because I'm new to this deck. I don't know if that was a problem. Is it me? Operator error? Was that something? Is it? And I find, like, just overhanding it. These are very... they're matte, yes. I don't know if the other ones were matte. Like, if you got the new deck, please mention in the comments what the difference is between these two decks. And it could 100% be operator error. Maybe this is just an odd day for me. But I don't mind side shuffling. That's great. But I find it odd that I can't do my riffle with this. And I don't know why. So comment below if you got both decks and you see the difference. If someone has, like, the new deck of this, if they've put out a video to say what the difference is, I'd love to see that, because I don't know. I'm finding it really odd, and maybe that's why she made a new deck. If this is a common thing, just let me know that I'm not, crazy about this. Like, other comments saying I'm crazy, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to get ready. So I quickly was going through and looking at here, I'm going to be doing Your True Self. Hey, I'm all over the place. I was quickly looking at the book. And it's beautifully written. I know I didn't really go through it because, everyone's done it to nauseam, but beautiful, right? Just a little book. But, it's not like, oh, this is, the Six of Cups. It's like a little thing, flow like the water, blossom heart flower, play like the birds. So it's not exactly Rider-Waite at all. It kind of is, but it's a little bit more like the Nine of Cups. It's me time. Definitely, I would get that one for sure, as what the meaning is. So it's beautiful. So I don't want to, I'm going to read it like it's the Rider-Waite, But we'll see, because I always read the first impression of me in the book. So we'll see what that comes. So just put that out there. I'm reading it as if I am just interpreting it myself. The book is beautifully written, and I would probably do that, you know, for a while. Can I please? Did I just mess those up again? All right. Okay, Miss Scatterbrain, that's me. But deck, tell me about yourself. Well, here we go. We got the Six of Wands reversed and the Magician. That's your true self. We're going to have to do it that way. Isn't that terrible? Anyway, your uniqueness. What is your favorite topic? These are right side, so, well, we have, let me look at them quick. We have the Nine of Wands and 10 of Wands reversed. That's your uniqueness. Look, these are right side. I'm surprised they're coming upside down, so must be a reason, and we'll find out. So what's your strength? What are your strengths? Look at that. What is going on? And that is the Seven of Thunder reversed. Again, these are right side up. What are you avoiding? Okay, that was quick. What is your weakness? Right side up. Good. Flower of Stones. I'll look up, see what that means. That's what you're avoiding. So your first impression of me. Okay. Where is this coming from? The Five of Cups reversed. Like, see? Right side up. You've got a lot to say, deck. Or it's that time. So your task. What are you here to teach me? There you go. Ace of Swords, Ace of Thunder. Partnership. What will our relationship be like? There we go. The High Priestess. What needs maintaining? Let me go like this, and I'll go the Five of Thunder, and I'll make sure that that's swoop off screen. Because what do I do? Your deep knowledge. What is your overall message for me that is important for future readings? There we go. That is the Root of Stones. I will look into that. And then the overall outcome. What is the potential outcome of our working relationship? Look, how is this happening? I don't know. So we have, I don't know if I can show anything. So the Eight of Cups reversed and yeah, okay. Yeah, that's about right. That's how I feel today. That's great. That's great. Okay, so I am wondering, because I've got so many reversals, I don't think there's reversals in here. Right? So is this a thing where there isn't reversals? If I was going to go to... Let's look at that. Okay, so I don't think that there are reversals. So that's interesting. So I did notice in the guidebook where it says that you can find the full-size guidebook. This webpage. So I went, and it's not out yet, but it is going to be this year. So that's a good thing. Then I thought, well, what's the difference between this deck, the original deck, and the new one that was on Kickstarter, which you could get either one when you were looking at getting this one. So I went and looked, and the new one, so the old one, it's not old, the original one looked like this. The new one has like a lavender, a very pinky lavender sides, and comes in a box. But once all of these are gone, they're gone. So it's kind of a limited edition on this part. But the other one, gorgeous. I wanted it to match, you know, the original feel. So that's kind of why I got the original. And I was getting quite excited when I saw that she has a full book. But again, that's not out yet. So we're going to start with, let's not burn my hand, because that would be par for the course for today. Anyway, so let's start with your truth self. Tell me about yourself, the Gentle Tarot. So I'm going to, there we go. So we have the Magician and the reversed Six of Wands. And like I said, in her book, it's not reversals. They're very gentle. So, but I am going to read it with reversals because I do believe they came out a certain way for a reason. So we have the Six of Wands reversed and the Magician. And I just noticed there's a lady on here too. So, ooh, do not come for me, YouTube. All right. So we have them covered. How beautiful. So let's look at them. So this deck, when you put these two together, is telling me right away that it's not here to perform or to feed the reader's ego. So the Six of Wands reversed suggests it's not interested in giving readings that simply validate what someone wants to hear or make the reader feel triumphant. Instead, its true nature is the Magician. It's a tool of intention and focus and conscious creation. So this deck wants to work with someone who approaches tarot actively rather than passively. It's less about fortune telling and more about using the cards as a tool for insight and direction and transformation. So its personality feels very deliberate, like it's saying, use me with purpose, ask me real questions, and I'll show you what you can do with the energy in front of you, which I find to be absolutely beautiful. And I do believe that was Marnie's intention. You know, not to be, you know, soothsayer kind of thing, but actually come with focus and intention and creativity. I mean, just beautiful. So thank you for that. And let me look at these, make sure there's no, okay, there it is. All right. What? Okay. So we have the two reversals. We have the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands, and you can't see, there's the lady, but I'm covering her because, So your uniqueness with two reverse cards. So what makes this deck unique is that it seems to remove unnecessary struggle from the reading process. The Nine of Wands reversed and the Ten of Wands reversed together point to releasing defensive energy and dropping burdens. See, this is why I read reversals, because this is just beautiful. Oh, I didn't even notice. I thought it was just green, but there is something in the background. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So some decks create a very intense or heavy readings, but this one feels like it wants to strip away the excess. It helps the reader, which would be me, put down stress and overthinking and emotional armor. So in practice, that would mean its messages tend to simplify situations instead of making them overwhelming. So the uniqueness here is clarity through release. Instead of piling on interpretation or complexity, this deck seems to say, let's drop what isn't necessary so we can actually see what's going on. And if that isn't beautiful, and if you look at the, I mean, this is just so on spot. If you look at, it's so positive. It is stripping away all the unnecessary things. So far, we are on track. And I love that. So again, another reversal. The Seven of Wands, the Seven of Thunder. Okay, so if I think about that as Seven of Swords, not Seven of Wands, which I don't know why I thought, Seven of Swords reversed. So the strength of this deck is its ability to reveal truth that may have been hidden or avoided or misunderstood. The Seven of Swords reversed is a card of exposure and honesty, and it brings things out into the open that might otherwise stay buried. So this suggests the deck is particularly good at uncovering the real story behind a situation. And it can point out where someone may be deceiving themselves or avoiding the truth or missing an important piece of information. So the energy here isn't accusatory. It feels more clarifying. So the reverse Seven of Swords tends to bring accountability and awareness rather than blame, and it helps the reader step back and see what's actually happening beneath the surface. So the deck's strength lies in transparency. It doesn't let hidden dynamics stay hidden for long. It encourages honest reflection and helps bring clarity to situations where things may have been confusing or misleading or emotionally complicated. So we go back to the theme here where it does talk about simplifying your reading, which I really like. So what are we at? 4. What are you avoiding? So, isn't that cute? The flower is the queen. So it goes seed, stone, flower, is it? Oh, seed, root, flower, harvest. Okay. Seed, root, flower, harvest. I'm going to get this. Like I say, it's first impression. I have not gone through this, but I did look up and see if it had a book. Okay, so what are you avoiding? The Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is very grounded and practical and focused on everyday life, playing in the water. That can be home and finances and comfort and material stability. Now, one thing I will notice is you can't see it in camera, and thank goodness, but it looks like the matte finish, you can see fingerprints. So I'm just going to rub that a little bit. And I say that, but that's usually the glossy, unless I'm doing something weird. It's usually the glossy that you can see fingerprints, but I might have done something weird. Who knows? So back to, boy, I'm all over the place, and I apologize. But first impression, you're going to get it all. So we're talking about avoid this energy. It may mean it doesn't naturally lean toward practical or domestic questions. It probably does. It's not a deck I'd reach for if I wanted extreme detailed guidance about money or work routines or day-to-day logistics. What's wrong with me today? So instead, it likely prefers psychological insight or internal shifts or intuitive understanding. It's not interested in real life, but it may approach situations through emotional or spiritual perspectives rather than purely practical ones. Yeah, because Pentacles is so practical, right? Okay, first impression of me. See, I've done something to these cards. Anyway. Everywhere. First impression me. Now, I always like to read it. And since this came out reversed, I'm going to look at it reversed, and then I'm going to look at what it says in the book because they're not reversals. But I think the reversals, what I found in the first 3 particularly, made sense if you read it like the Rider-Waite. But we're going to look at the 5 of Cups reversal. It sees me as someone who has processed emotional challenges and is moving forward with perspective. Now, if you don't know, that is so right on the money. Emotional challenges. If my mom died over the holidays this year, Christmas, New Year's. And so that's an emotional challenge for me. And it's saying that I'm moving forward. Like, tell me this isn't an intuitive deck, like just right out the gate. And see what I mean when I say reversals do have a balance in this deck. Even though it's not in the book, I really do like reversals. I'm going to continue though. So the Five of Cups reversed is about recovering from disappointment, learning from the past, and choosing not to stay stuck in regret or grief. So its impression of me is that I bring emotional awareness to the table. I'm not reading from a place of denial or avoidance. I'm someone who has looked at difficult experiences and come out with understanding. And that kind of openness makes it easier for this deck to communicate clearly because I'm willing to acknowledge the truth of what comes up. And I think when a parent dies, it does humble you and it does open you in a way that you can't fathom, like the before and after. I think your world is fundamentally different. Like, I wrote a poem. I'm just going to diverge because my brain is everywhere, but I wrote a poem after my mom died, and it starts with, maybe I'll release it, but it starts with, "You witnessed my first breath, and I witnessed your last." And that right there, I think, says so much about where I see my life now. And I need to move on. Anyway, just a little side blurbity blurb as I, start crying, but stop. Okay, so we're going to look at the Five of Cups. So now, oh man, I just read the first sentence. So let me, okay. Five of Cups. I acknowledge my pain. I thank it for the lessons of love. Oh, stop. I thank it for the lessons of love and forgiveness that it brings me. Do I even need to read anymore? That's just beautiful. Skim the page with your eyes and it says, be easy on yourself. Go where you need to go to really feel and acknowledge your wounds. Then breathe and surrender. Know that you have done the best that you could, and that is enough. Stop. Okay. Maybe I don't need to read reversals with this. That is eye-opening. But I'm going to continue, and I don't think I have any more reversals. I have one more over here, which I'm covering because of nudity. Is that true? Yes. Anyway. Oh, this deck is going to get me. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to continue. So, Ace of Thunder, Ace of Swords. So your task, what you're here to teach me. And so this deck is here to sharpen my thinking and my interpretation skills. So the Ace of Swords is about clarity, truth, and cutting through confusion. So one of the lessons this deck may teach me is to trust direct insight rather than overcomplicating my readings. And encourages me to speak the truth of the cards clearly and confidently, which I'm going to have to read that book because it got me here. It really got me. So I gotta read the book. It's the kind of deck that might challenge me to move beyond vague interpretations and really articulate what the message is. And its teaching style feels very much like see clearly, say what you see. So that's freaking freaking beautiful. I mean, I could look them all up, and I'm probably going to look it up after. After that, I'm going to. See? I don't know why. That's just me. Tears. No kidding. It's awful. I should say that. That makes it sound so sad. Okay, partnership, the High Priestess. So this partnership looks very intuitive and reflective. So the High Priestess suggests this relationship between me and this deck will develop quietly over time rather than through loud, dramatic readings. It may respond best when I slow down and listen to my inner interpretation rather than relying entirely on guidebooks or fixed meanings. I'm still going to read that guidebook. So the connection may feel subtle, almost like the deck is encouraging me to trust my own intuition as much as the cards themselves. So the relationship feels less like a tool I control and more like a dialogue between intuition and symbolism. Isn't that beautiful? We have owls that hoot almost every night by our home, and we love it because if they're helping with the, mice and stuff around the area, just love them. Okay, that's our partnership. Okay, so I got to figure out how to cover this card. Well, hi. This might all look a little jumbled or different because I went to post and I was going through the video and it stopped recording right about here. So I got to redo these 3. So bear with me. We're going to get it done and it will be worth it. So we're going to go with what needs maintaining. So how do we maintain clear communication? I put my hand over the lady and there you go. So the 5 of Thunder, the 5 of Thor, the 5 of Swords is a reminder to be aware of mental bias or the desire to win the reading. So sometimes readers approach tarot already hoping for a certain answer. So this card suggests that to maintain clear communication with this deck, I'll need to keep my mindset neutral and avoid forcing interpretations to match expectations. So if I approach the cards with too much agenda, the message can become distorted. But if I allow the reading to unfold honestly, the communication will stay much clearer. So that's beautiful. And make sure I do that. Whoop, that right. So number 9. Number 9. Nope, nothing on that one. We can show that very easily. Let's do it the proper way. Your deep knowledge. And that's the Knight of Pentacles, the root of stones, Knight of Pentacles. Right. So the deeper wisdom of this deck lies in steady, patient development. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight of the tarot, but also the most reliable. So this deck seems to emphasize consistency over dramatic breakthroughs. The more I work with it regularly, the more its insights will accumulate and deepen. Its overall message feels like meaningful understanding comes from dedication and practice rather than rushing for quick answers. So, which I can see, it's like, take your time, breathe, like slow down. It's not a race to get to the answer that you want. It kind of like, let's marinate this. Let's really go slow through this and really figure out things. So there, I can cover. So we have 2 here. We have Death and the 8 of Cups reversed. And so the overall outcome of our working relationship, and it's working with this deck, may lead to significant transformation on how I approach tarot. So the Death card suggests a shift of perspective or reading style, letting go of old habits that no longer serve me. And the Eight of Cups reverse adds an interesting layer. It can indicate returning to something unfinished or confronting emotional patterns that haven't fully been processed yet, which we know is true. So the outcome of working with this deck may involve revisiting certain themes in my readings and ultimately transforming the way I interpret them. So it won't give answers, but it will challenge me to evolve as a reader, which who doesn't like that? Like, of course, challenge me, make me think deeper, make me take my time. Like, beautiful, right? This is gorgeous. This is absolutely, I am thrilled with this. Very much so. This deck feels like a tool for like clarity and transformation. It's encouraging honest readings. It's encouraging a steady practice and intuitive listening rather than dramatic predictions. Like, really, it's a heartfelt deck. What I know of the maker, that's exactly, I think, the way she would want her deck felt and appreciated and used. So this is just gorgeous. So happy. I'm glad I got to finish the video. Thank you for being here. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like. I hope you share whatever you like. I know everyone's seen this before, but this is just how I'm going to be using it. And I think it's just absolutely beautiful. Thank you for being here. Love you. Bye.